Hey everybody, I'm excited to show you what we've got new in the More Feet Club. Now, instead of just being able to download the individual graphics as you have been able to, and then you could always add your logo to them, or you could download the blank ones if you wanted to add your own text or something different. But now I've made it even easier for you guys. So when you come into the April content, and you can jump down to the square graphics, for example, and you'll see this link to edit them in Canva. And then when you click on that link, it's going to ask you to use a template in Canva. So if you do not have a Canva account yet, you can go ahead and set one up. It's completely free. You do not need to use any of their paid features to be able to use this. I already have mine set up, so I'm not going to show you through that, but it's a pretty simple process. You should just be able to follow along if you don't have one already. So I'm going to move this over here for a moment. When you do this, I'm just going to close that because I'm not interested in working in real time. Just want to show you a few features about what you can do. So for example, when you come in here, if you want to change the colors that I've used to make it more of your brand colors, for example, when you click on this element, and you can see the backgrounds, and you can change the colors just like that. You can change the transparency level. You could change the color of the text. With some simple changes like that, you can even change the font. So when you click on the box, and you can choose any of their fonts. They do have fonts that do require you to have a pro account, but just don't use those. So when you see these little icons over here, if you don't want to have a pro account, then just don't use any of those fonts. And you can easily change the fonts from what I have pre-selected. Or maybe if you don't like this part and you just want to delete that, you can easily take it off. You can also add your logo. So if you go into Uploads and upload media, wherever you have it on your device, so then you can find your logo, and you can upload that. Now, honestly, so for something like this, you can see my logo doesn't show up super well with the colors. So if you also have a version of your logo that is just white, or something like that, that might work better sometimes for you. And you can just drop that here, and it's kind of big, you can see that, but I can just click and drag to resize it. And personally, I don't always like to make my logo super bold, so you can use the transparency, and you can kind of use it more as a watermark. That way it's there, but it's not super super like overpowering to the rest of your design, because really what you want them to do is to see the design, and then you can have your brand information on there. Another easy thing you can do would be to go into the text. You can just click on like a little bit of text here if you want. Come down here, and you'll notice as I move it around, you can see the different things that are highlighting. So if I want to center it, now I've got it centered in this space. And I could just put in the website, and it would actually have to be re-centered because it's auto-fit. But I would not probably do the website and my logo down here. They don't look great together like that. I could, play around, but personally, I would, for this graphic and with my logo, I would do one or the other. So I like that. So I just simply clicked on my logo, hit the delete key, but you can also see when you're up here, there's a delete button as well to delete elements that you don't like. Now, let's see, you can also change the text. So maybe you prefer to use different wording in one thing. You can just easily come in here and type in the reworded part that you want. If you don't like what you did, you can always hit undo and go back to that. So that is all pretty easy. Couple things that you might want to just be aware of. A lot of times if there's an image in the back, it's going to be kind of set as a background image. So if you wanted to change it, it's not as easy to change because it is going to force you to have it to the full size. But you could always enlarge it further if you wanted. And then I had to double click on it to reposition it. So you can see that that's how it is, but it's much easier with the top elements. Or on this one, for example, the background is just a color. So you can see here, actually I don't think it is a color. I think it's got some shading in there. So it isn't just a color, but you could just change it to a color. Actually, that still shows a little bit of shading. Sometimes I use the Canva elements, and sometimes they're flexible and sometimes they're not, so you might just have to play around a little bit. But so anyway, I can change the background, then I would need to change the color of the font so I can see it. And then you can see this graphic here. Now you can see I've got it rotated a little bit, and they've got this little icon here. You know, you can rotate it however you want it. You can even flip it. I mean, again, I'm not expecting or anticipating you guys are needing to go in and rearrange all of it, but if you need to, you now can. Like, for example, maybe you wanted to add an extra text, or again, maybe this is where you want to add your logo. You know, so you can rearrange things as you need. You can just see I'm just literally clicking and dragging. The nice little highlighted lines will show me so I can align them nicely. Trying to think of something else you guys might need to know or see to do to edit with these. Like this one is technically 2 different text boxes, so I could get the different font size and spacing that I wanted, just so you guys know. But when you edit them, you can change the font size pretty easy just by clicking on this box, or you can click the drop down. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention now that these are in Canva is if you wanted to animate any of them, that is possible as well. So you can click up here on Animate, and some of these are premium features, so you can't use the ones with the icons unless you're a pro. But they do still give you some options. So it's nothing fancy, you know, it just kind of adds a little bit of dynamic element to it, as you see some of those different ones. And then when you download the image, it will no longer be just an image file, it will become a graphic file, just so you know. I mean, not a graphic file, sorry. It will become a video file, and it will play like a video when you upload it to social media. Now, since I have created these, the whole months all in this one document, when you want to download them, after you've added your logo or your website, your website or whatever it is, you want to add or change to them. When you click on download, you're going to see that it's automatically going to download all the pages. Actually, none of them are automatically checked. So you could check to download all of them. And if you do that, it's going to download into a zip file, which you will have to unzip to be able to then upload the images to social media. Or you can just download the ones you want. Again, if you download multiple at a time, it will download them in a zip file, but you can also just download just the one. You can download them as a PNG or a JPEG. They suggest PNG, which is fine. It tends to be a little bit larger file size and a little bit better quality for images. So it's up to you. you know, go ahead and just do the PNG, that's fine. And when you click on download, you will have it, and they can simply upload your graphic to social media to schedule it from there. I did mention that Canva does have the options to schedule. However, I will do that in a separate video because the way that I've at least set up the templates this time, it's not as easy or ideal as I would have liked. So anyway, hopefully, oh, I want to show you guys one more thing. So let me find it. Okay, so if you choose to use the Canva's Animate feature to animate the graphics, then when you upload it, you're uploading the MP4 file. And I just want you to see how that works on Facebook. So honestly, it kind of is a little bit distracting in my opinion, and I don't know that this is something you want to use all the time, but it's nice to know that it is an option that you can do. So, because you can see here where it just kind of keeps replaying it. Versus here I just uploaded just the graphic. Nice and simple. So, and I think that's what I want to show you guys. So if you have any questions about using Canva or, you know, saving them and scheduling them or whatever, let me know. I'm hoping that this is a new helpful option for you all with giving you some more flexibility and time saving. So this way you don't have to upload everything to Canva if you have been editing it. Anyway, let's get some more feet on your table.